He did it. Ryan Garcia officially did it. He made weight before his fight. A lot of speculation, a lot was said. And in this video, I'm going to break it down and let you know what this possibly means for tonight. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, Ego Weight Watchers, aka Ill, where I give you a look into the fighter lifestyle before, after, and progress picks, especially when they have an upcoming fight. In true Boxing Ego fashion, I tell you, I don't have a horse in the race. I'm here for boxing, right? Now, I made a video yesterday, and I didn't say, but I question if Ryan will be able to make weight without a hitch, right? And for the Barrios fight, he absolutely did. Mario Barrios came in on the 147 on the dot, so the welterweight limit. Ryan came in 146.5, so they kind of switched. When they did the 14-day, the weigh-in with the WBC, Ryan was heavier and Barrios was a little bit lighter. Now, Freaky Friday, crisscross, and Barrios slightly heavier. Now, I don't have a problem with either weight. I am just glad that we have a fight. And I believe everybody on the card, at least the main card that I care about, made weight. So I had to make this follow-up video because this is what I do. And I'm not here to clickbait the world and all that. I'm Boxing Ego. If people overly abuse clickbait, then that says something about your quality, right? People want to watch Boxing Ego no matter what, so I don't have to do a bunch of clickbait. So when I'm asking if Ryan was going to make the weight, I really had questions, right? It wasn't like some shock value. Oh man, is Ryan gonna make weight? It looked like he was lean, but there were videos I seen where his cheeks looked sunken in, pause. And for me, I'm old school. I'm older than my years, right? And I'm always gonna err to the side of caution when it comes to a person like Ryan Garcia. The reason being is if somebody is unpredictable, right, then you got to kind of go with that flow. For example, I live in California. For the most part, growing up out here, weather is pretty consistent. You kind of know, like, if it's noon and you go out and it's a nice day, it'll probably remain a nice day until the night. But if you live somewhere like Mexico, or you live in Texas or Florida, where the weather is all over the place and what you see is not necessarily what you get, that's a different proposition, right? So you have to keep that in mind if you live in Houston or somewhere like that, right? Because the weather is liable to change. And Ryan Garcia, he's young in his career, but he's also popular. So we've learned a lot about Ryan kind of in a short span of time, right? More so than anybody else, because normally in the past in boxing, you had to like beat somebody or become a champion or go to the Olympics for the spotlight to really be on you. But Ryan has had a different path, and he's had a spotlight on him without ever being a champion. Tonight is his opportunity. So I had to make this follow-up video. Ryan does look in great shape. I liked what I've seen. Now, this was a ceremonial weigh-in, meaning he had to make the weight earlier, so he was able to eat by this point, and you could see he start to balloon back up and fill out. But dare I say, this might be career best shape we've ever seen Ryan Garcia in, right? It might be. Now, There were some bumpy moments because, again, I've already made the video. You guys could check it. I don't take back nothing I said in that video. His face was looking sunk in, and the thing that, again, on top of the Ryan's personality and not knowing what his next move is going to do, it's just you gotta tread lightly with a person like that, in my experience. So I was seeing his weight fluctuated, and I still don't think that Ryan fully has his system down in terms of how he wants to cut weight. And it looks like he held weight, and did a lot of his cutting late, on fight week. And he really did that with Devin Haney, and then he started to panic because rumor has it that Ryan Garcia had a lot of weight to lose the night before the Devin Haney fight. And then Ryan has never popped dirty, and who knows what lengths you went through to try to cut that weight, because that's also a paycheck. If you don't make weight, or Devin Haney ends up fighting Barboza, who was on the card or something like that, you don't get that paycheck. So who knows what happened? Ryan saying he tested positive off a tainted supplement, but at the end of the day, it was in your system, strict liability, and it is what it is. You got suspended and fined for it. This was also a good moment. David Benavidez's son, shadow boxer with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia looked amped and looked hype. I will give credit to Ryan for this, considering that he's never been a champion and his entry to the game has been different. Ryan does a really good job of embracing the moment, and like he don't look like his nerves get the best of him. And that's a good trait to have as a boxer. Like, the moment don't seem too big. Even when he was about to fight Gervonta Davis, I knew he wasn't going to beat Tank, but he didn't seem out of place versus, let's say, like Robert Guerrero. When Robert Guerrero and his dad were about to fight Floyd Mayweather, you could tell they had fought Berto and, fought some good people, but you can immediately tell that Robert Guerrero had never fought somebody the stature and the respect level of a Floyd Mayweather. Look at how they acted at the press conference. You guys like this guy? Mayweather? He beat up his wife. Baby, that's bullshit, baby. He beat up his wife. Right? Doing all that. And you could always tell, like, some people, they just feel like it's like cringy and out of place or whatever. But with Ryan Garcia, he looks like, and I mean, he should be comfortable. He be doing streams and stuff like that, but he does look comfortable in the moment. Barrios looks bigger than him. Now, some people sent me a clip of Mario Barrios blowing his nose, saying, "Oh, Barrios is sick. He got the flu. He got Rona." Listen, I'm not here to make no type of excuses, bro. If that's what y'all want to do, you guys have at it. Barrios himself, he ain't said he's sick. The fight is tonight. It is what it is. And also, when fighters get sick like that on fight week, a lot of times it has something to do with your cut, because Barrios is a big dude too. So, yeah, you could definitely get sick on fight week if your cut is bad, and you shave too much weight too quick at the end. So I don't want to hear no excuses. If Barrios wins, God bless you. Enjoy your WBC title and keep that. If Ryan wins, we got to give him his props. And the only caveat I have for that is barring some BS. As long as there ain't no like BS outcome or premature stoppage, the winner got to get their props. So Ryan pulled it together. Ryan, he is coming off a loss. That's a pretty dope picture. That's a pretty that picture pretty sick. But he pulled it all together, got his weight, made weight. I like this for Ryan. I'm gonna be honest. I like this for Ryan, right? Because at the end of the day, some people, I know some people are different. They want to see people do bad and all that. I don't like that. I don't want to see people typically do bad or whatever, unless you're just like an awful person. You know what I mean? And for me, it's gonna be what's gonna be. So Ryan is a do or die fight still. You gotta win, and if you don't win, at the very least, you gotta look like you tried. If you get dropped by Barrios and then kind of float the rest of the fight, not doing nothing like you did with Rolly, man, your career is gonna be in a tight spot. But again, me being who I am and fair, if Ryan cooks, I'm gonna give him his props. Because a lot of people, I see a lot of podcast. This is why I tell y'all, a lot of low quality content in the world of boxing. Be careful where you get your information from. That's why so many people turn to me. Use my link me to get to all of my platforms. I'm really the last of the Mohicans in this sport. There's too many extreme people, and the problem is the internet amplifies voices at times, or at least platforms people, and they don't even know what they're talking about. And that's fighters included. You got fighters who are, oh, Barrios is the worst person I've ever seen. And then a lot of the fighters that are saying that, people say you was the worst fighter. You know what I mean? So how people say you was a weak champion when you was a champion and you were a cherry pick for another bigger fighter, and then these be some of the fighters on the podcast talking bad about Barrios and stuff like that. Barrios, he I thought he beat Pacquiao. It was close, but I thought he beat him. You know what I mean? He hurt Keith Thurman. He hurt Ugas. Like, what are we talking about? Fabian Maidana, that was a tough fight, but I thought he soundly won. Ramos, they hurt each other. You know what I mean? So it's like, we got to give props. I mean, some people are making it out to be like Barrios is the worst. I don't know, like he the worst fighter that we've ever seen, and I don't know. I don't get that. But tonight we'll do the watch party. Come back to the channel. I will see y'all there. And again, congratulations to Ryan for making weight and not disappointing a big event. I do think the buzz is a little bit down for this fight. Let me know in the comment section if you feel that way. Peace.